What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with the Week 6 Waiver Wire edition. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Post all the fantasy football content for you to beat your friends and family and bring home that championship, rub in their faces. It's all right here, so just hit that subscribe button if you want to bring that championship home. Waiver Wires, rankings, weekly buy low, sell highs. And every single comment that's put in the comment section, I respond to every single one of them. So if you need start-sit advice, trade advice, should I drop this player, whatever it may be, all you have to do is put in the comment section. You've got a fantasy hotline. I'll respond and let you know what I think. But anyway, those are just a bunch of reasons to hit the subscribe button, to comment, to do all that good stuff. But let's dive into why you're here. Week 6 Waiver Wires. So at the quarterback position, I will say top add. If Stafford's out there, I'm definitely adding him in this big matchup against Baltimore. We saw what C.J. Stroud did to them last week. Matthew Stafford's been balling as well. So I'd definitely add him. I'd throw it out there in some deeper leagues. I know not all these guys are going to be available in this in your normal leagues, but Sam Darnold has scored about 15.8 4 weeks in a row, had 341 and 4 this last week. So assuming Stafford's not out there in your league, I would see if Sam Darnold's out there against Jacksonville. Taking a look at some of these other guys, that's probably where I would be leaning right now, somewhere in that direction. Basically, with quarterback, so you're making spot starts most of the time. Now, when it comes to running back, my top ad of the week, I think, would be Hassan Haskins. Now, to me, it's not a slam dunk that's Haskins over Vidal with the Amari Hampton injury to his ankle. Let's say I'm a Amari Hampton owner, though, and I got to go get one of these guys. I am probably going to go after Hassan Haskins. He's a bigger guy. I think he probably profiles more as the goal line back, which you want, especially in a good offense. Honestly, if I was, let's say I lost these guys or I need a running back, I'm probably going to put a bid in on each of these guys because we really won't know, I feel like, until after the first game or maybe even later. You know, one of them could perform a lot better than the other one and kind of force the coach's hand. I definitely think it's one of those types of situations where things can change very quickly. So I would consider making a bid on both of those players. Gainwell's out there. I would place a bid on him, but I would probably go for both of these guys before I would for Gainwell, just for the upside potential there, although Gainwell's not a bad ad at all. Excuse me. I do think Emmanuel Wilson's worth an ad if you're looking to handcuff Josh Jacobs. I think he's going to be the backup right now. Marshawn Lloyd has been returning to practice, which muddies the situation. But those are just some names to monitor for you. So we got Vidal, Haskins, Kendre Miller, Kenneth Gainwell. Both guys could be rostered in all your leagues. Michael Carter, of course, as well. That should do it. And then wide receiver is a little tough this week. I would say another guy in deeper leagues. I don't think he got a ton of work last night, but the snap percentage has been going up for Smith for these last few weeks. Yeah, just about nothing this last week. 3 catches, I guess, but Kareem Hunt's been he's solid these last few weeks. I think he's got a touchdown 2 of the 3, so it makes sense there. Wide receivers, it's a bit of a slow week, honestly, for the wideouts. Not a ton of guys. I would say Romeo Doubs is a good ad. Marvin Mims, I don't hate. And then the other player was going to be, if you're in a deeper league, I do think you can add Kendrick Bourne, the wide receiver chart for the 49ers. He seems to be very injury prone. He just had 10 for 142. So something you can do there, not a season-long, solution by any means, but something. But I do think Dobbs is a pretty solid start just about any week. I think he's, with the snaps he gets in that Packers offense, his chance of catching a touchdown, he's going to have some really bad games for you in there as well. But certainly an option. We've seen Bo Nix start to look more and more like himself. 5 and 6 targets the last 2 weeks, not bad. I still probably prefer Troy Franklin to him. But yeah, like I said, it's not the best week for wide receiver ads. Malik Washington, not much involvement there either. But yeah, at tight end though, there is a big ad to me, and it's Mason Taylor. 12 targets this last week, called in 9 of them. 67 yards, got the 2-point conversion as well. 7 targets the week before, 6 the week before that. He's being used just about every single week. I think you can roll this guy out. He's going to be a top 12 tight end the way he profiles right now, rest of season, which is super exciting for people who have been looking all over the waiver wire for that tight end option that they can play. I do think Brendan Strange, I'm on A.J. Barner. A.J. Barner's getting to the point where you can play him, just 2 really good back-to-back weeks, and the involvement is going up as well, so I think A.J. Barner's a name to keep an eye on. And Britton Strange, I know, got banged up last night, so it's really hard to tell, but before that, 7 targets each of those 2 weeks, so another name to keep an eye out if he's out there in your leagues. Moving on to defense, just want to give you guys some names before we wrap up the video. Packers, I think, are a solid add. Playing Cincinnati Bengals and coming off of a bye, more time to repair. Colts defense against Arizona, another solid one. Their defense performed well this year, and Arizona is abysmal. The Eagles against the Giants, that's a good one. Rookie quarterback, I would love that matchup. And Raiders against Tennessee, another solid defensive matchup. Some really good guys out there who are available, so take a look at some of them and see if you can snag them for your defensive play if it's an upgrade for you. If you guys have made it to this point in the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, should I add this player or this player? Should I cut this player or this player? Let me know. I'll respond to every single one. But I really appreciate you guys watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.